What's up, my crypto legends? Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Bitcoin in absolutely beast mode here, hitting a major resistance at the moment, but we've been going up really strong with very strong volume on the lower time frames, guys. We're going to analyze the situation right away all together. Make sure to destroy that like button on your way in, guys, for this setup, okay, for the setups that we're going to look for. Of course, Bitcoin is absolutely exploding here on the lower time frames. Okay, we're going to analyze the situation here on lower time frames, right, where we have, you know, the massive run up here. Are we going to break $25,300 high in the next coming hours? Remember that we do have the CPI data coming out, guys, in about 1.5 hours, okay, from now. CPI data is coming out today, and we want to stay really cautious, all right, with the potential moves. Sorry, this is going to be in 30 minutes from now. 30 minutes from now, so we want to stay extremely cautious with our trading scenarios during that event. Okay, now let's analyze this situation over here, because on the video update we were talking about here that I did post a few hours ago on the lower time frames, you know, we were having Bitcoin moving up pretty aggressively with high volume. Okay, volume was picking up on the way up, guys, and we do not want to fight high volume on the way up. Okay, this range of course was better for scalping longs, okay, and analyzing the situation at this range. But when we have high volume, when we have had high volume, guys, right, look at the spikes in high volume on the lower time frames. This is better for scalping long the retracements. I did manage to get into a few scalp long positions here for the last couple of hours. Let me just explain to you right away this movement right over here. Now it looks like that we could potentially be failing to break out from this high, even though the volume is pretty high on this momentum. Okay, let's stay extremely cautious, all right, because we do not want to fight the trend here on the lower time frames. Better for scalping longs when we have high volume. Let me just quickly go through the comment section and I can share with you how you could have taken advantage of this momentum with high volume spikes, guys. Okay, volume breakout strategy, as we say. Let's take a look at the comment section. Looking forward for the #1 TA on YouTube. Love you from Florida. AMT, thank you very much. Good morning, Andy Tito Gaines. How are you? Feeling bullish this morning? Well, Bitcoin is absolutely exploding. Okay, we got pretty high volume on the movements up here for the last few hours, and this is what we want to stay cautious. If we have any kind of move to the upside here, right, failing to break out from this high with this volatility, we want it with low volume. Okay, this is the most important thing to see weakness on the chart. We want it with low volume, not with massive spikes like this. Okay, with high volume, we want volume something like this, right? If the price action is moving to the upside here, and we are going to get into any type of shorting opportunities, we want low volume. So here we could see, all right, let me just analyze the situation here, guys, because this has been absolutely incredible for scalping. Remember, high volume indicates that the trend is pretty powerful. And if we have a small trend here to the upside, all right, then of course it's indicating that the pressure is good. The pressure to the upside is good. So if we take a look at this high volume range with this spike and get a box, okay, and then with this range over here, okay, these highs, these high level over here of a high volume right over there. Also, we can see here from this high range that does have high volume, how we have broken above the range with high volume, and we are retracing to this range. Okay, there was a little bit of high volume right over here, but overall the volume was still relatively low after this high volume spike. So what happens here in the end? Well, of course, you do get that bounce to test the highs right over here, as you can see, getting that wick to the upside as the trend here with bullish pressure was still continuing to the upside. Now it looks like that we have failed to break out from this resistance zone, and it's a bit of a difficult one, guys, but this is kind of the last spike. Okay, this has been a failed breakout from this high. Let me just give you that brief explanation on how you basically can take advantage of this, guys. Just want to give that brief educational content On the movements that are happening on the lower time frame, I'm more concentrated in scalping at this moment with this volatile market, especially when we're having news events such as the CPI data coming right now in the next 30 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. It has to be in the next, 30 minutes. In about 30 minutes, we're going to have that data coming out, and we're going to see a little bit of volatility in the market, guys. I don't really know if it's going to be, inflation has gone down, or is it going to be going up 0.1%, 0.2%? We don't really know, and we do not know how the market is going to react to that data. It could have a massive explosive move to the upside, or it could massively dump. So we want to be very aware with our trading. Of course, I'm very aware of my trading. I just managed here for the last few hours get into some really short-term scalping scenarios here, looking at the 1 minute time frame. Like I'm explaining here, the trend is your friend here on the extreme lower time frames, and if the trend does have high volume spikes, you are likely, after breaking here successfully, all right, with high volume, a high that you have created with very high volume, you are likely to hold that range as support and test the highs. And this is what we really want to do, okay, on the lower time frames, till you actually see a failed breakout or a sign of weakness. This is a small sign of weakness, right? We've seen this. This right over here has been a successful breakout from this high over here, managing just to hold, by a thread, as you can see right there, to test the highs again. This right over here from this high has not been a successful breakout. So you're already seeing, that kind of small little weakness. Even though I would be very, very defensive, we like to get into failed breakouts once we form a massive wick and get at the 618 from the pivot high to a pivot low. So right over here, as you can see, you would have had a really good entry. And I mean, this is sniper trading, right? You can see how you just tapped that level on the 1 minute candlestick right there, and I would actually play defensive trading, okay? We've come down to test the lows right over here. This is it's more dangerous to short, of course. We are starting to see a sign of weakness with this high over here. But overall, like I said, this run up was to take advantage on those retracements as you did have high volume, okay? Let me quickly go through the comment section, guys. Hopefully you have understood this brief explanation on how this momentum to the upside that we've had for the last few hours has been pretty powerful in volume on the lower time frames, okay? Right now we've had the test failed breakout from this high right now as we speak. So we need to understand that the possibility of a correction right now after this failed breakout from this high is very, very possible, okay? Let me quickly go through the comment section and say hello to the community, and we can analyze the situation and talk about some potential setups. I mean, this setup right now happening live, this is basically the one. Just want to be, stay extremely cautious, guys. Failed breakout from this high, the best setup here, scalping scenario that I do see right now as we speak is, that entry point right there. Of course, when you're coming down here to test these low ranges, you're still trending up. I would be very, very defensive if you're trying to get into any short position, okay? Trend is still very aggressively to the upside. Hopefully that's been a nice brief explanation, guys, on how, we're looking at price action and volume, right? To take advantage of these quick little scalping scenarios, get out of the market with some profits. Start the engine. Hello. Germany, Tomatent here. How are you doing? Let's go. Octavius. BTC huge retracement incoming after one last hit to the high of 21,500 to 22,500 after that low key buy everything. Okay. Spaceland, hello. Catalin, hello. Vlad, do you have any position open? No, I've only been doing some scalping scenarios right now just before the live stream because, like I said, the highest probability range scenarios, of course, was getting into these small little retracements on the 1 minute time frame, just looking for scalps, getting in and getting out of those positions. Of course, after this failed breakout, I would have got into a short position at this high and, of course, been very, very defensive, protecting your position exactly at the 618. these are quick moves, guys. So they're the only ones that I can see right now at this moment. Now we have confirmed failed breakout, right? On the 1 minute time frame, on the 3 minute time frame, right? Where you can see that wick here to the upside, not only failing to break this high, but failing to break this high over here. Of course, you want to get in at the highest level possible. This is still very much beast mode, right? Where you do have relatively high volume on the way up. So, if you are getting into any short positions at this range, okay, obviously long in here would have been the best scenario, as volume was still relatively more bullish to the upside on the 1 minute time frame. But here, of course, you're failing to break out. Now wouldn't be a bad idea to get into that short position. Obviously, you want to get in at the highest level possible, guys. I wouldn't enter a short position at this moment, because as I was getting the live stream ready, started off here, this was the movements that we were having on BTC. Failed to break out this high with this wick, and that movement here. You want to try and get at the highest level possible to have your stop loss above the wick here and have very good risk management. Now, as we are testing the lows, it wouldn't be a bad idea to protect your position if you are in any shorts from this extreme high, as you are testing the last lower high range right there, and it could kind of double bottom, maybe come and test the highs again. Okay, just be very defensive. Of course, if we break this low range, okay, then of course I do see a deeper correction. If this low is broken, we could have a relatively deep correction here in the next coming minutes. Let's see, for the moment, still holding. We want to see a nice solid breakout with a nice sign of red volume here, bang, and then of course, a deeper correction could likely happen. Good morning, Crypto Ric Flair. We can talk about yesterday's scenarios as well, guys. I mean, yesterday was absolutely crazy. I was happy with the long position that I did hold from this range. Gave that explanation on today's update, and also in yesterday's live stream. Did enter a short position, of course, at the range here. Got stopped out at break even and entered a long here. Explained from volume strategy as well. Very much showed I did hold some of that position from yesterday's live stream, but all of the positions are closed, of course, from yesterday, from that long position. Now, yeah, guys, not much to be said. We're at a critical resistance zone at the moment. We've hit their daily level. That daily level wasn't hit, almost hit. As you can see, it's the daily close here from the 20th and 21st of February. We just tapped that level after hitting this high. So the possibility, as you can see, this wick was about $3 or $4 away from hitting this daily level. And now that we have hit it and we have failed to break out on the lower time frames from this range, there is a possibility of a larger correction, all right? Maybe even to claim the lows right over here. It's just very possible. We've seen this many times. Of course, you want to get into these positions, into these opportunities. You want to have very good risk management and be very defensive, okay? You don't want to get into that trade right over here as you're correcting, right? You want to try and get at the highest level possible so you can play defensive, very defensive trading, because you could get that bounce. There's no big major breakdown from this range just yet, as we can see here on the chart. For me, this is not a clear breakdown. Just stay extremely cautious, guys. We've got the CPI data coming out in the next 10 minutes. So I'm going to stay away of trading right now for the next, maybe next hour or an hour and 30 minutes till we get that volatility settled down, guys, because I do not know. And whoever says that he does know where the price is going to go in the next 30 minutes is, I think he's lying, because I don't know if it's going to shoot up. Is the data going to be, are we going to have inflation going up or going down, for this month? Well, we don't really know, and we don't really know how the market is going to react up or down. So why on the earth would I have just 10 minutes, before this data coming out, and have a position? Because it's just like playing the roulette, right? Where we don't know where the price is going to go. Why would I go into a long or a short right now if we do have the inflation rate coming out right now in the next coming 10 minutes? Okay, it's just not worth it. Big news like this, no trading. Once that volatility cools off, then I will be looking for high probability trade scenarios, just like this run up over here when we're looking for scalping, right? When we're scalping and we know that we have a powerful trend with high volume. Volume is moving to the upside with high volume. You know that you are likely that to have these retracements, okay, bouncing from the highs where you do have high volume. I didn't manage to get into this one. This was a very, very fast one. But basically moving up, having high volume at the highs, retracing, breaking up with high volume, retracing to the first level of high volume and testing the highs. When you test the highs is when you want to get out, because you're very much aware that you could double top or swing failure pattern at some point. And this is, the theory is really simple. Putting it into practice and risking some of your capital to make those gains is something else, okay? But the theory is extremely simple, right? When we're looking at these scalping strategies like this. So anyway, let's continue with the comment section. We're not going to talk about some setups right now. The latest one was this one, basically, keeping it simple, failing to break out from this high. We got a daily level. You wick above, you wick down, you come back down below here. The best scenario after a failed breakout is getting at the 618 from a pivot high to a pivot low. That is your entry point. That is where you could have entered and have a stop loss already at break even, right? You're playing a free trade right now. Either the market finally gets a deeper correction after this run up, or you get stopped out at break even, right? Not losing any of your capital. Of course, the risk right now in having these trading positions is the CPI data, guys. The CPI data, which is can absolutely fly up or down. And I prefer not to have any trading positions open. It's just not worth it, guys. Not worth it. You know the deal. My favorite trading platform is Bybit. Here is where I do 100% of my crypto trading, guys. If anyone is interested and that uses some other platforms, you got an insane bonus to claim down below. $30,000 worth of bonus is still available on Bybit. All of my crypto trading is on Bybit. I've been trading there for over 3 years now. Have had no issues with them. And you get an insane bonus. It's another way to support the channel, of course. So, yeah, guys, I think we're just going to take a look at the potential, volatility that's going to happen right now. Let me know, guys, in the comment section. I'm going to do a poll right away and continue with the comment section. Will CPI data pump or dump the market, guys? Let me know. Of course, we talk about market as in Bitcoin, S&P 500. Let me know, guys. It will be interesting to know your opinion. All right. So will CPI data pump or dump the market, guys? Let me know in the poll right away. Have you shorted Andy? No, I didn't short as we were speaking. The only shorting level, guys, and this was, I talk about this so many times. But of course, when I'm live streaming, usually, I don't usually enter live trades. Sometimes I do. But most importantly, I explain the scenarios, right? Explain the scenarios so you do not need me. I got a lot of people, of course, that want to know my exact trading setups, share them as well. That is fine. But obviously, giving that educational content, guys, you can see how you can play the market here. The volume is the leading indicator of a potential trend. If you are trying to scalp on the lower time frames, you want high volume on the movement up, and you know that you're likely going to retrace to the highs of the high volume spikes. You got it here, guys. You test the highs, you get out of the market. It's really that simple, right? A 5-year-old could understand this, but of course, then there's people that risk too much. Okay, they risk too much. They cannot handle their risk management. But anyway, if you have your risk management set in place, it's relatively easy to read the price action like this. And, once you have a confirmed failed breakout, which is a massive wick like this, you want to get at the highest level possible for a potential shorting trade. Obviously, when you have high volume like this with a wick on the 1 minute time frame, this is also some selling pressure. This is all of the people that have been buying up at these ranges. Okay, they are selling all the way up here. They are taking profits at the highs because it's a target. The targets are a high of a level, right? So, if you are continuing here with high volume, all of these people that are, buying up at these levels of retracements, they are taking profits here. So if you're going to see a high volume spike at the highs with a wick, because that is, they are selling, they are taking profits from this range. So that's why it's potentially not a bad idea to get into the retracement from the wick high to the pivot low, okay? To potentially, think that we are going to have a much larger correction. So, it's a good level here to enter a short. And obviously, when you already making, your stop loss is already at a, you're making more with your profits than your stop loss, you move your stop loss to entry. Always, always, always. You cannot allow that trade scenario. I mean, at least in my case, I'm just sharing here how I play defensive trading and I have good risk management. You cannot be in a trade position that's in much more profits than your stop loss, and still leaving your stop loss here at a loss. There's no way in a million years that I would do that. At least for my last couple of years of trading. If you get stopped out and the price still consolidates at this range, there will probably be another opportunity. Game Pro, I'm long. Yes, I have been long in here for the last couple of hours here. Okay, getting into some long scalps, but playing very strict with this strategy that I explained right now. Right, taking profits at the highs. Right. When the market is greedy, then sell and buy when you see a bloodbath. I mean, we've just seen a bloodbath, right? The not even a week ago, right? When was this? This was right over here on the 10th of March, right? So this was only about 4 days ago, right? So we did see a bloodbath, right? And, massive momentum to the upside here. This time, it's a little bit different, guys. There is massive speculation that the Fed is going to pivot with interest rates. They need to bail out. They need to save some banks. And I don't know, we're living at a critical moment, right? Every day we're living at a critical moment, but we don't really know. There's speculation that, right, is it time for Bitcoin to shine? Is it time for the white swan event? I think we haven't seen a white swan event for Bitcoin or the markets, right? But it is very, very possible. Who knows? We don't really know if it's going to happen, but will we have a white swan event for Bitcoin? That is the question. So I have here on the poll, we got over 200 votes, guys, and this is actually quite interesting because I was expecting the people, the community to be more bearish than bullish at this stage. I think, a lot of the people, I did ask the community a few days ago when we were trading at this range, I really like this. And most of the people were bearish at this level, okay? Not much. It was about 56% of people being bearish, on a poll. And then we had a massive big pump. So something is telling me, right, we've got 55% of people being bullish right here at this moment after the massive pump here for the last few days. Is it a sign that we're going to roll down? Well, we don't really know. But just stay cautious, guys, with the CPI data, okay? Not much to say. I mean, it's going to be fascinating to see. The volatility might be massively to the upside, or maybe a pump and a massive dump. It's just, we don't know, guys. We don't know. I prefer waiting for the volatility to happen to get into those nice high probability trades when we don't have news. We have real volume on the lower time frame, such as this, right? We have a nice, small little uptrend with easy volume strategy, right? Knowing that, those retracements are likely to get those bounces to test the highs. Of course, when we have no news, that is the deal, right? That is the deal when we have no news. So, long, says Albert. Not too many profits taken, which is why it hasn't dumped hard after touching 24,800. Also very, very possible. Very, very possible. I mean, we are just, guys, and let me just explain this. After such a massive run up like this, of course, from this pivot high to the pivot low, if we take a look at Fibonacci, we're basically at no Fibonacci level, right? We're basically at no Fibonacci level. We got in CPI daily coming out right now, guys, so we're getting that volatility live. Let's take a look at the volatility here. Oof. A quick dump right there. Oh, we're getting a pump right now. Yeah, this is what we get. Let's see what happens. What is the end story of this volatility? Will it finally move to the upside, or will it move to the downside? Let's see, guys. Very interesting. Well, the thing about this is we are just so close of testing the highs here of 25,300. We're just so close at this moment. We could basically hit it right now as we speak. So it's going to be interesting, guys, to see. So what was the data, guys? CPI, let me know. 6.0. So inflation is down. Inflation is down. Was it 6.1 if I'm not mistaken? Inflation was previous 6.4. Was it 6.4, guys? So it's gone 0.4% down. That is a lot. That is a lot. Previous 6.4. Wow, so it's lower than expected. I think this, markets are having a really nice bullish effect because of this. And we got the S&P 500 finally bouncing from this macro resistance trend line turning into support. So it's finally holding, getting a bit of bullish momentum here because of the inflation at 6%. Wow. Let's see, guys. I mean, this could be the moment. This could be the moment where, we're finally breaking 25.3 live. And you know the deal. If we do break $25,300 successfully in the next coming hours, potentially, it might be a fake out. But if it does happen, guys, let me know if the connection is all good. We're pumping like crazy at the moment. I'm gonna happily say that if Bitcoin does break successfully here, this last lower high, right, which is this one, if we break successfully the last lower high in the next coming hours between today and tomorrow, likely, I will be happy to say that the bear market lows are in, guys. If that does happen, one of the main reasons why is because the macro last lower high, is this one right over here, which is $25,300. So it's a critical zone. If we do get to $28,000, maybe have, I don't know, 27, 28, who knows? If it does manage to get all the way up there without being a failed breakout, we could hit 26 and then come straight down, okay? We want high volume on this breakout. If that does happen, I will be happy to say that the bear market lows are in, guys. The bear market lows are in. So whatever happens after this pump, yes, a larger retracement is likely, but I would be happy to say that the macro bearish structure has been broken. It's going to be a interesting day to see, are we going to manage to break above it? with high volume, guys. So we've got people being correct. For the moment, it's been bullish, right? We've had a leg up here on the I mean, this for scalping is interesting. I wouldn't mind a scalp long here, potentially, if we retrace all the way down to this daily level, to this failed breakout zone. Maybe a scalp long to the highs is not a bad idea. For $25,600 has been the highs. Today's daily close will be interesting, absolutely. Stop hunt liquidity for earlier shorts. We are going down, in my opinion. I mean, this is also a possibility, guys. You know, when we zoom out, you know, yeah, this is the scenario at this moment where we have, you know, a massive high level. It could be a stop hunt, and the CPI data has just, you know, been the trigger to get that massive liquidity as well. And now we're going to start correcting. You know, it's very, very difficult trading environment when we're having this news. Very, very difficult environment. Yeah, that would probably be a quick long scenario with a stop loss right there at this moment. And you're targeting the highs. That's what I see. I mean, I'm just do not want to trade the CPI, you know, the CPI news. But overall, this would be the idea right there. It's a very, very quick and difficult scalp scenario there. So yeah, 25k broken again. Yeah, well, it's not broken just yet, but I think it can be broken, no doubt. It can be broken, no doubt. We're going to have to see by the end of the day, like someone said in the comment section, you know, today's daily candle is going to be very interesting, because if we do have that daily candle closing below this level over here, then which is the 25.3, right? If this ends up in a massive wick, it's not going to be looking great by overall. Whoever got into that, I mean, it's just very, very difficult. Whoever tried to get into that scalp long position, I mean, just based on volume, right? Just based on volume, you have the resistance zone right there. Quick bounce. I mean, I would be aiming for these highs at least. But very, very difficult trading environment, guys, with the news. I prefer not to trade the news. Staying out just too risky. Hey, that is very, very smart thing to do. Irish guy. Yeah, me too. You know, I prefer not to trade the news, especially when we are at a critical resistance zone. You know, we're at the 25.3. It's the last lower high from the bear market. You know, this has been proven to be a massive resistance zone. It's the last lower high from the bear market. You know, it's any trading in this zone, you want to be fast, you want to be defensive, because you never know where, you know, the price is going to end up going with that volatility. Very, very difficult trading environment right now. This was much easier just before the news. As you know, this is what is really nice, right? You've got a nice steady movement up with volume on the movements up as well. It's much easier to trade this with no news. You know, you've got a strong, small little trend with high volume. That is what you want to trade. You know, when we have this, I want to stay away from this volatility because I'm just going to get stopped out maybe, right? Beast mode, Bitcoin on beast mode. New pump coming very soon, says Outdoor P. Absolutely, we got massive volatility at the moment. Big pump here coming soon, says Outdoor P. So on the CPI data, pump or dump. Will the CPI data pump the market or dump it? We have over 400 votes, and 56% of people said it will pump the market. So far, the majority here in the community were correct, right? It did pump the market, right? We've pumped $1,000 on the CPI data, even though we had a quick little dump first, right? But yeah, who is pumping BTC? Hi there. I prefer a steady market, unlike today. Yeah, me too. I prefer trading. Okay, when we don't have any news. So, big bit Papa pump. You got that damn right. I traded the news and got $20 profit with a long. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. You can trade it. Swing short incoming. Yeah. For the moment, on the 1 hourly time frame, yeah, we do have, it's a failed breakout. If we do close a 1 hourly candle, which is in the next 20 minutes, below $25,290, right? It will be a failed breakout. 15-minute time frame is also there. We've got the 15-minute closing in the next 4 minutes. Could be a failed breakout on the 15-minute. Yeah, stay cautious. Very likely that the highs are going to be tested here. You know, when you get such a high volume move with, a move like this, you are likely to test these highs when you retrace. There's high probability in that happening as we speak. Andy is live, so not much change at the end. Andy, this is all manipulated. Well, all the markets are manipulated, in my opinion, and we need to learn how how to read the manipulation, right? How do they manipulate the market so we can take advantage? So, trend is your buddy. We're going to 30K. Very possible as well. The only issue here with the trend is your buddy is that we're at the strongest resistance level that Bitcoin has. Bitcoin's strongest resistance for the last year or so is this one right over here, right? From August, not the last year, but almost the last year. The strongest resistance level is this one, which is the level that needs to be broken to get back into a potential bull run in the next coming years. Very unlikely that if we do successfully break above this resistance zone of 25.3K level and go to $28,000 in the next coming days, couple of weeks, very unlikely that we are going to see the lows here being taken again. Okay, this will be the low in my opinion if we break here successfully. Of course, a large correction will come in the next coming months. At some point, we could see a black swan event doing this, but I would still consider saying that this is the low. The bear market lows are in. If we do have that successful breakout above the last lower high from this bear market, which is that one. So, yeah. CPI was 6%, inflation at 6%, so inflation has gone down. Hey, whoever said that inflation was not going to be under control by the end of the year, hey, we were at 10% just a few months ago. So from 10% to 6% in just a few months, hey, we continue like this in the next few months. If they do not pivot, we'll be down at 2%, you know, by the end of the year, no doubt about that, if it continues like this with the interest rates. CPI data is good. Well, yeah, inflation is down, so it kind of means that inflation is in control as well. So it all depends, you know. Inflation can be high and it can get higher, and people are more interested in having assets inside of the market, inside of, you know, stocks and rest of it, because, you know, if inflation is high and you are losing value with your currency, you want to have it inside something that is gaining value, right? So it's just very, very difficult to say. Well, there we have it. The high is being taken here. I mean, this was not a... It was a difficult scalp. It was a difficult scalp. I did not take this scalp, long scalp, because, yeah, it's just, we could get heavily rejected. We could heavily break it. We don't really know, but wow. For the moment, here we go. Bitcoin, moon rocket mission. Did someone get into this long position here at 24.8K just a few minutes ago? You know, tested the highs. You know, if you did get in, it's a good level to take profit. You got massive volume up here. You're coming down to this resistance, which is that daily. Yeah, I mean, this is a $500-600 move, okay, to the upside. That was the only trade scenario that I did see here on this CPI data, not coming out. But yeah, no, I prefer to not trade this, guys. I prefer, even though it's a take profit hit on this movement up, I prefer not to trade this news. I took it, says Latoris. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. Take some profits. Make sure to pay yourself. Even though it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. We've just tested the highs at this moment. But this was a really nice trading setup. If we did have this move with no news. So if this move happened with no CPI data or any news, I would have been more comfortable in taking this trade. But we know the deal. A lot of times when we have this news event, we have a massive pump and then a massive dump, or we have a massive dump and then a massive pump, right? This is why it's kind of risky to trade these news events, right? You want to be quick and very, very defensive. But overall, it played out. You know, that was the long idea. Getting a bounce from the daily and that proven resistance here that was a, you know, failed breakout. We just tapped that level slightly below it and had a massive bounce. So yeah, moon mission on Bitcoin, guys. White Swan event is here. White Swan event is here, guys. This could absolutely moon to 26, 27, 28K in the next coming hours. So interesting, very interesting to see. Bitcoin breaking finally with power. The 25,300 last lower high. Yeah, stop promoting any YouTube channels in here. If not, you're going to get banned and kicked out, okay? So Bitcoin is strong mofo. AI robot Thomas called this pump, bro. AI robot called the pump. Very interesting to see. Going for the CME gap, maybe. Rejectors, shorts wrecked. Yes. And he went to short. Well, definitely not now. Definitely not now, as we are seeing a strong pump to the upside, okay? So we are seeing a strong momentum, so no shorts to be taken here. No shorts to be taken, in my opinion. I think after this movement to the upside, we are unlikely. You know, this is probably going to be the successful breakout. Shorts should have been taken at this first test right there. We definitely talked about some shorting scenarios at this level over here. That was the first test of this level that's failed miserably, you know. Would this one fail again? Do you think this one would fail again? I think right now, being the second test from this high, it's more likely that this is going to be a successful breakout. I feel like taking a look at my portfolio, because portfolio is going to be looking absolutely phenomenal, guys. Will it be time to sell some Bitcoin when we, you know, potentially hit 28 or 30k levels? I'm going to be very intrigued in selling some Bitcoin at this. Not much, but maybe take some profits from the Bitcoin that I was buying here in October, November, okay, of last year. Why not? You know, that is already making a 2x. So I maybe would consider, if we do hit that $28,000, $30,000 major level in the next coming days, maybe, why not to take some? This is not a spike anymore. Yeah, this is why. Yeah, this is, stay cautious, you know. No shorts to be taken, at least for me. No shorts to be taken. Of course, like I explained, the highest probability trading scenario right over here with the scalping was follow the trend, because the trend is your friend on the lower time frame. As the volume spikes, was indicating that the leading structure of the market. This is easy scalping strategy. Easy scalping. Get in at the retracement, bouncing at the high. Take your profits at the highs. Once you break it with high volume, you know, get into the retracement at the high of the high volume and get back out and get out from at the highs, right? Because you could fail to break out. But yeah, it's the easiest scalping strategy that there is. No trading today, far too risky. Hey, definitely not for shorts anyway. And if you're trying to short, like I explained here, you wanna get in at the highest level possible and definitely protect straight away as soon as you know, as you're in profits, right? Like I explained on the live stream, that was the shorting scenario right here at 24,820. If you don't get in there, you're not going to get in all the way down here, are you? You know, you're not going to get into short here or here. You want to get in at the highest level possible, so your invalidation point is very, very tight, and be defensive as soon as you're in profit, because especially when you have the CPI data coming out, right? So this is what you get. You know, maybe a lot of people were over leveraging long positions already at this level. And what do you have? You have a massive, you know, was it not much, $300 move to the downside and then up to get all those over leveraged long positions, all those 100x's long in here just before the news. If the trend is up, ride it until it ends. Protect your capital. Pedro O'Neill, absolutely. Can we long Andy? Which is the best entry? Wow. I would be looking only for the kind of scalp long positions, but stay cautious. Stay cautious. You could get into a deep correction at some point, or you could skyrocket well up to $27,000, $28,000. You know, the thing about this pump breaking a major resistance zone is that, wow, look at the price action that happened here, guys. In between $28,000, in between $28,000, $29,000. Once the price action broke this level, which was a massive level of support here back in the day, the price action went down very, very fast. So the problem is, in between this $26,000 and $28,000, $29,000, we don't have much resistance, guys, as the price action has moved very, very fast in between 25k and 28.5k approximately, right? Look at the price action. Big movements, fast. It can be just as fast all the way up there, guys. I would definitely not be looking for shorts on this breakout, okay? This could be very, very explosive to the upside in a matter of hours and a couple of days, okay? So just, you know, price action moved fast in the past in between 25 and 28k. So you're likely to get that fast momentum to the upside as well. Like I said, it's the last bear market lower high. Bulls are going to push the price massively. Very likely, okay? So, yeah, it looks like the FOMO is used up now. Fun starts. Okay, well, yeah, maybe, possibly. Some people are speculating here in the comment section that we are going to get that massive retracement, that this is a fake out still. I think it is improbable at this moment, okay? I think we're going to see that momentum continue. The end of the day will be fun to see, but I think, yeah, this is going to be a successful breakout. It is being a successful breakout. So yeah, hang on a second, guys. Here. So yeah, now currently trading at 26.1. 26.1. Yeah, it's exploding, guys. Exploding at the moment. Successful breakout right away. In no trading scenarios. I only scalped long this scenario like I explained at the beginning of the live stream. Only been scalping this range. Very much aware because of the CPI data coming out. I want to stay out of trades. As you know, old subscribers know that I like to stay out of trades when we do have CPI data or any kind of news or the Federal Reserve talking. Jerome Powell, I want to stay out of trades. But you know the deal, 100% of my crypto trading is done on Bybit. The community knows this. If you are new to the community, this is where I do my crypto trading. I've been using it for over 3 years right now. I've had no issues with Bybit. You get an insane bonus down below to be claimed, okay? $30,000 worth of bonus to be claimed down below on Bybit, which is my #1 crypto trading platform, okay? Only for those experienced traders. It's another way to support the channel. Right, what else can we see here? Not much to be said, guys. This is just absolutely flying. This could continue during the next coming hours. Scalpers make money but miss out on so much more. I don't know, I've made more money scalping than swing trading, I've made more money scalping than swing trading. This is probably why I'm sticking to scalping. I'm happy to have been made the gains right over here. Some scalps can turn into swing trades, of course it can. But yeah, I'm not sure. I could discuss that with you, okay? It all depends on how much capital you're using, all right, for your swing trades, and how much you're using for your scalping. But I can tell you already, I've made more scalping than I've been doing swing trading. So it all depends. It all depends on the style of each. I could have held some long positions from this range, right? And I would have been in massive profits now. But yeah, I mean, this is just, there's so many things that you can consider here. Possible resistance on the weekly candle. Let's take a look. I'm going to have to get into some new levels here. New levels to be looked at on the chart. Yeah, the only weekly level that we have here is all the way up at 29,900. The only weekly level that I do see here. But yeah, I mean we can take this off right now. We don't need this anymore. Could we get resistance from this high level? Yeah, I don't think so. What is most important here, guys, for me, is that let's take a look at volume profile on the daily from this range. Okay, I'm not interested in some trading scenarios right now. I would be looking for scalp longs on the lower time frames. Get into those retracements because you're in beast mode right now. So trying to short this pump, yeah, is very, very risky. Very risky. This could be that successful breakout. So let's take a look at volume profile here right away in just 1 second. But yeah, like I want to explain, The volume is there's no volume in between 25,000 and 25 to 29,000. We've got a huge gap in volume right there. Reason why? Volume price action has moved fast in between these two levels. So we could expect a fast move up, guys, in a matter of a few days. So yeah, just stay cautious, guys. I know, some people asking, when to short. I mean, we're breaking the most important resistance level from this bear market, which is the last lower high. Yeah, no shorts to be taken. If you shorted, looking for short scalps, day trades with very good risk management. So yeah, smash the like button, Father Time. Yes, sir. Yeah, taking profits early is better than stop loss. Don't be too greedy, people. Absolutely correct. This is no fake out, but keep your eyes on the broadening formation. They are generally bearish, so a major reversal at around 27k is possible. Very, very well. Yeah, like I said, there's not much resistance. This momentum can be very, very explosive all the way to 28, 29k, okay? Yeah. How long was your longest trade you ever had open? I gotta say about 2 weeks. My longest trade has been about 2 weeks. Never had a trade open for over a month. Never, ever, ever. So yeah, guys, anyway, thank you for joining, guys. Market is moving up. We're breaking the most important resistance from the bear market. I expect higher levels. I don't expect the price to have to stop and have a massive reversal. I think I'm expecting higher levels. We're breaking the most important resistance level from this bear market. And we are likely to wake up tomorrow morning with Bitcoin price at much higher levels where we are right now. Okay, so just stay cautious. I think scalp longing with volume strategy on the lower time frame is the best thing you could do. And just stay extremely cautious. Stay extremely cautious with this volatility, guys. Not much to be said. Make sure to destroy the like button, guys. Not many likes today, and we had almost about 800 people, okay? 800 people watching the live stream. I do not like to trade the news. I did a bit of scalping before before the live stream. I explained how you could have gotten into those scalping scenarios. The news is good to get that volatility, get some views on the channel, make people to smash up the like button as well, guys. But you know the deal. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, because where we find our setups here on the live streams is when we have no news events. We want to stay aware, be careful with the news events, as we could get, there's one scalping scenario that we did talk here during the news, and this was this one right over here, right? Get into that long position here at $24,800, right, with this massive pump. Hey, if some people did actually get into this long. If you're still holding that long position, well, yeah, you're off to the races. You can hold it maybe to 27, 28k, because the market is an absolute beast. So overall, this long did actually play out pretty nicely, just a setup. But I prefer not talking about trading setups when there's news, guys. Just too much volatility. I think this is just going to move up and up. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. My favorite trading platform is Bybit, okay? For any of those that are using other ones, I think Bybit is, for me, it's top one. Of course, there's other ones such as Bybit, Binance, BitGet. I prefer Bybit, guys. You got an insane bonus that can be claimed. Another way to support here the channel, to go into live streams and talk about setups and educational content and how you could have taken advantage of the market. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.